best laid plans of mice and men is a fairly common idiom that basically means you need to be flexible and adapt when things don't play out as expected. In this life, each week presents its own challenges, and oftentimes it's things you wouldn't encounter in the city, and so most likely you aren't as equipped as you would like to be. But it's what you do in the suck that determines what you gain on the other side. So, until we go into town today, the sound's going to be pretty terrible. But last night the water pump stopped working right before the battery in the generator exploded. It didn't explode. It let off a burst of smoke and then died. But we got a new battery and got that hooked up. But the generator or the water pump now is not working. So this will be a first time we've worked on the water pump. Let's see what that looks like. This might be just the water heater. Send you back there. Okay, so I think it might be under the trailer. I've checked a few spots inside and no luck. So I'm gonna check the underbelly. Although the underbelly's covered in that coating.
I think you were right.
What? Okay, this is our fuse panel here. ChatGPT seems to think that it would most likely be combined with the bedroom fuse because it is in the bedroom. So let's check that fuse now. So it looks like we gotta go into town to get some tools. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna fill up some propane and take care of some other chores. Hopefully our packages arrive while I'm there and I can pick those up too, but we'll see. Pick up a tool that lets us check voltage on wires, because what we're looking for is to see if the pump is receiving power, and if it is receiving power, that means that something's wrong with the pump, and if it's not receiving power, that means it's something with the trailer and the wiring. Either way, Okay, so we've got our new mic on, and it seems to be working, so that's great. We'll see how the quality is. It should be fantastic quality. These are not cheap mics. So anyway, we are back from O'Reilly's. We picked up our circuit checker. We are going to just test to see. So I've stripped out the wires here out of their brackets. They were in these little guys here, this little guy here, and both of the wires go into that, and those act as kind of the clamps for the wiring. So this is our grounding, this is our live, and then on this side here we have this purple and white wire. This is our red connecting wire. This should carry power to it. And this white wire here is our grounding wire. This connects to the black wire. So what we're going to do with our circuit tester is we're going to connect to the black wire. That's our grounding wire. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn on the pump. And then when the pump's on, we're going to touch this to the live wire here. And if this back lights up, that means that we're getting power through the trailer, and that the issue is in the pump itself. Now, if there's no power going through here, then it means that the issue is in the wiring, and then you know, we'll figure that out from there. But right now, one thing at a time. Okay, so now there's should be power running through this cable, this line here. Let's see what happens when we touch. Okay, so that's red.
Oh, thank God.
That's red, and that means that there is power running through this line, and that the issue then is with the pump. So go ahead and turn the pump back off. Okay, so we will take our circuit checker off here. And now that we know that the issue is on the pump side, I'm going to connect it one more time and flip it on just to see if maybe disconnecting and reconnecting, I don't know, shook something loose. Who knows? I'm just going to double check it. And then when the pump doesn't flip back on, we know without a doubt there's something with the pump, and then I'll have to start figuring out how to go through the process of taking the pump out and unhooking all of the pipes that run into it. All right, let's get to it. But
I'm so relieved.
that it wasn't the wiring.
Yes, the minute I saw that red light, I was like, how brutal.
So at the tail end of last week, on Sunday as a matter of fact, the wind kicked up and blew all of our greenhouse sheets, these 5 by, I want to say 10, these 5 by 10 sheets of plastic, and they've blown them, well, they were about 6 or 7 acres. We've managed to pull them back, and they're all kind of scattered now on 2 to 3 acres. But they need to be gathered up and placed in a pile. We're also going to take this opportunity to consolidate and do one pile of plastic sheets rather than two. Then we're going to take some rope and some stakes and stake back and forth with the rope to give it a tie down, and then put weight on top, hopefully ensuring that the next time the winds kick up past 35 miles an hour, we don't have to worry about these things blowing away for a fourth time. All right, let's get to work. So the generator's dead. It died this morning. About 45 minutes before the septic guy got here. You can see them in the background installing the septic. I don't know if it's, I thought it was a starter, so I went and got some regular gasoline, put that in the tank, and then did the pull start, which should bypass the electric starter. Still wouldn't turn over. Research suggests that it's a deeper issue and most likely not cost effective to try to repair it. It was a $2,000 generator. I don't even know why I'm recording this. I don't have the power to do any editing. So what do we do? I can attempt to start doing solar. Solar's 2 days out, you know, and that's if everything goes right, and put $2,000 into a new generator right now. $2,000 minimum, because according to the internet, what I need is a $4,000 to $8,000 generator that is meant for the kind of hours that we're trying to get out of it. I'm just going to keep trudging forward, hoping that there is a light at the end of this tunnel, and it's not a train.
So, I bought a new generator. Yesterday, as they were wrapping up the trenching for the septic, they let me know that early this next week, the inspector would be coming out to either give approval or denial. However, there's a caveat there. In order to get approval, that 1,200-gallon tank needs to be full of water, which means that the well pump has to be powered, which means that I needed a generator. So my initial plan was to go without power for the next week, get solar online, jump to that, and then come back and figure out what exactly the well needs and decide, is it better to spend money on a separate solar system for the well or buying a generator to use for both the trailer and the well. This kind of made that decision for me. Without water, we can't fill up the tank, which means we can't pass inspection, which means we can't use our septic. So I was kind of forced. We did end up getting a bigger generator slightly. The last one was 11,000 peak watts, 9,000 running watts. This is 12,000 peak watts, 9,500 running watts. It was $1,000. Unlike our last one though, this one's all meat and potatoes. It is gas operated, it has a pull stop, there's no dual fuel, it's not an inverter. It's just a normal, very loud engine. However, it'll run stronger and better on regular gas. There'll be more maintenance, but hopefully it's only pulling a heavy load here for the next 7 to 10 days as we get solar online, and then it can retire to well duty and it should be fine for the rest of its life. So with the generator back online, we have the ability to get water out of our well. So I'm going to get some water into some shower bags and get those prepping so that the sun can heat them up today, so that at the end of the day today, I can shower. At least perform a shower-like routine with the 5-gallon bag of warm water. Now the silver lining here to having been forced to buy a new generator is that we have internet, which means that I can potentially now get a video done by Monday, which is great news. As defeatist as I was yesterday, you know, every good story that has a great ending always has a part in it where you hear somebody say, there were times I wanted to quit. And that's where I was at yesterday. But it's a new day and I feel a lot better. So if I want to continue doing what I'm doing, I need to get a video ready. So I better get started. I'll see you on the other side.
You know, some weeks chew you up and spit you out, and at those times, it's natural to consider surrender. It's been 2 months since Athena and I jumped into one of the most reckless decisions we've ever made. We've had setbacks, mistakes, and even a few regrets. But as I watch our second utility come online, I remind myself of what we're building ourselves out here. A future.